Hey guys, Ray from Love Your RV, and I'm back with another update on the Starlink satellite dish system. Finally, I got to leave Thunderbird RV Park and we got out to do some moving around on Vancouver Island. So I'm back to let you know how it's gone moving the dish and how it's performed in various locations. Most of them have involved forests, so that's pretty hard with a satellite dish to get good connectivity in a forest, but I've had pretty good success. I first moved it from Thunderbird out to Buttle Lake Campground, and to move the dish, I just went into my online account area. There's an area there where you can say you want to change your service address. Now keep in mind, if you change your service address, there's no guarantee you can go back and get your old service address, because this is in a beta offering right now and there's a lot of demand for it. So if you leave your service address, someone could take your spot, and then whatever cell your address is in, the capacity could have been reached. So there's always a risk there. But I knew I was going to be camping for the next few months all over the place, so I wanted to test it. So we moved it out to Buttle Lake Campground. Now to move it, I used their map system on their online portal. So in here you can actually drag it to the location you want. You move it around, say, okay, I'm going to be camping down here. We'll go to Long Beach here. Move down and you zoom into your precise location that you want to use it. And once you get low enough, you'll see this submit button. So I would pick the spot and I hit submit, and it changed the GPS coordinates in my online account page. And Bob's your uncle, it was ready to go. It took about 15 minutes for the service to change from my old address and become live at my new address. So at the Buttle Lake Campground, I had pretty good sky coverage because we were camped just in the trees here. Got a site right in along here. So I was able, with the 100 feet of cable that the Starlink has, I was able to move the dish out into this, there's kind of a sandy beach area, and get it just out here. Now on this side there was quite a wall of trees as far as obstruction goes, but I had a lot of clear sky, and we found it was awesome there. We had hardly any downtime. We were able to stream video, download, surf the internet, and my wife Ann was even able to participate in kind of an online audio. It's called Twitter Spaces, where you're kind of real time talking, and there was no interruption there at all. All streamed quite well and had good latency and everything. So we were quite happy there. But then we moved it to the next spot, which from there we went down to this near Parksville on the island, Rathtrevor Provincial Park. So I did the same thing, went in my online account before we left here and found the spot and went through the map thing and set it up here. Now this was a really densely treed campsite. You can see here, you can't even see the campsites. They're so densely packed with trees. And I found that was really hard to get connections in those trees. Basically, we would have, at least out of every hour, we would at least have 20 to 30 minutes of downtime. So it was very sporadic. Anytime it did work, it worked awesome. It was super fast when it connected to a satellite, but then it would totally kind of lose connection. So there's no way you could do like video conferencing or anything. But I was able to actually upload almost a 2 gigabyte video to YouTube, and it took a little longer than normal, but it uploaded fine and everything like that. And we were able to kind of surf the web and get our email. It was just kind of sputtery. Then after that, we've just recently moved out to the west coast here to on the Long Beach. It's called Greenpoint Campground. Give you a look at that, and it's also densely packed in trees. We're actually right on the corner here near the highway, and I've actually was able to use the long cord again and move my dish. I have a little video showing that, so let's go take a look at that video. So here we are at our campsite in Pacific Rim National Park, the west coast of Vancouver Island, and this was the opening I had, and I figured I might be able to get some connection with the Starlink if I put it on the roof of the RV. So I tried it up there on the roof, but I was getting no connection. It kept searching and searching and searching for satellites when I was up on the roof. I guess it was maybe trying to find a satellite over there, but it couldn't. So I thought, oh well, I'll take it off the roof and just try it out closer. There's a road over here, so there's more of an opening. So I took it down here, down this path. I'll show you where I located it. Right down here. So you wouldn't think it would have much better viewing angle. There's what the view looks like. So there's a lot more open sky right here, but I figured probably won't be very good. But actually, it was really good. We could stream. Last night we watched the Canadian election results and streamed for about 3 hours, and not once did it buffer. It seems to get about, on average, around 4 minutes offline time for every hour. We're surfing the internet fine, downloading fine. I did a speed test and it was over 200 megabits per second download and about 30 uploads. So it's amazing that it was able, with all these obstructions, still work quite well. So I imagine the density of satellites is pretty good in this area of the world to do that. So there you go. I have to report I've had pretty good success in my little corner of the world over here on Vancouver Island with moving the Starlink around. And even under some fairly heavy trees and stuff, I've been able to use it quite well. So that bodes well for the future. I want to stress, this is no way this is going to be your experience if you get it, because that right now there's all kinds of different satellites up there. Like on this map, you can see my area here, the density of satellites moving about is pretty good, so that could be one reason why I'm having pretty good success. Also, the amount of Starlink users is probably pretty low if I'm able just to move it around, and there's no problems with cell capacity. You get into more heavily populated areas and something you might not even be able to move it, or it just might not be available. So, but I thought I'd do that just to share my experience as it goes with it. Also, at this point, you can't take it between countries. So mine is registered to Canada. I can't. They tell me I can't go down and use it in the United States or any other country. So that's a thing to know if you're a snowbird in Canada and you think you could just buy this and head down to the U.S. and you're going to travel around willy-nilly. No problem with it. Just be warned, it's still a beta offering and they still have a lot of work to do with it. But like I say, it's very encouraging to me how it's able to work and work really well in where we're camping. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers, folks. And if you want to see my other videos on this topic, just check the links in the description.